crave. Under neon lights we take a stand. Knights and wizards across the land.
Good morning. It is the 29th day of September 2025. It is 7:30 in the morning here. It's 60 degrees and sunny. Broadcasting live from Site B, located in Fresno, Nevada, a place that does not exist. It's your boy, the OGGM, coming to you live with another collection of links to freebies from our friends over at Drive-Thru. Got a whole bunch of PDFs, freebies, stuff like that to take a look at again, as we do every Monday. Yes, we have made it through another month, boys and girls. It is the 29th day. Halloween is literally 24 hours away till we start the best month of the year. So pull up to the radio, get yourself a nice steaming cup of pumpkin spice latte, and let's look at some stuff, some freebies, some thingies, some whatchamacallits, some gadgets, some doohickeys. I'm just going to keep saying words. All right, up top, we've got Invincible, the superhero role-playing game we didn't know we wanted from freelague. Now, considering how much we like the freelague role-playing game system, if this could be good or could be awful, I'm not sure. The picture looks weird. What's going on with Mark's feet? I'm not going to worry too much about it. If you're a fan of the comic book or the TV show, this might be something you're looking forward to. At least we know it's going to have a lot of great art from both the comic book and originally created for this. It could be an amazing system. freelague could be a good system for superheroes, or it could suck. Supers are hard. But you do get a freebie this week. We got the Invincible superhero role-playing game Quick Start over on Drive-Thru. It's 50 pages of fun. So if you want to take a look at what it might look like, this is probably the best way to do it. Modifius has a promotion from to tie in with whatever's going on with Dune. We've got Dune, Adventures in the Imperium, a freebie, plus discounts on the other titles in the Dune universe. So we got the free core rules for Dune, because there's something coming out called Dune Awakening, which I think is maybe a video game. I'm guessing. I don't know. There's no link. But hey, you get the core rules to Dune for free. If you are a old school role player, we've got Journeyman, Expert, Master, Advanced Fantasy, Race as Class. So this is taking the rules for Advanced Fantasy role-playing game, one of the many OSR games out there, and reconfiguring them to go back to the very beginning of the hobby where race was a class. So you could be a human fighter, or you could be a dwarf. You could be a human thief, or you could be a halfling. You could have been a human mage, or you could have been an elf. And each of the races were built up as a class. And some people love that idea. Some people don't. The problem was it was not to your advantage to do that. A straight human fighter was always going to end up being better than the dwarf. A straight human wizard was always going to end up being better than the elf, and a straight thief was always going to be better than the halfling. So the only way that race's class works is if it's to your advantage to play a dwarf as opposed to a fighter. So this individual has taken those classic rules and brought them back up to the 25th 2025, and hopefully they're good. We've got some new stuff for the Tales from the Valiant. We've got some new lineages and stuff like that, and something just called converted lineages. So if you're playing Tales from the Valiant, the next step in the evolution of what 5e should be, this might be for you. Have you ever wanted to make your own RPG zine, but never known how to make an RPG zine, or even know what a zine is? Dragon Bones has got you covered with a zine about RPG zines, which tells you how to make and publish and get a zine out there. You might notice we're broadcasting live. Why are we broadcasting live instead of recorded like we normally do? Because apparently live is better for the algorithm. And because YouTube has changed the algorithm, you're less likely to see my stuff. But if I do it this way, you have the same chance of seeing me as you did before, which probably makes sense to somebody who understands YouTube. I mean, it's not much different. you know, I'm not going to change how I do things anyways. And we've got a ton of new freebies. Most of it looks like D20 type stuff. We've got some other things in there, but it's mostly just D20 stuff, including the hot air balloons for Joffin. So if you're looking for hot air balloons for the Vossen role-playing game, somebody's made those. Sales this week, we've got the Roll20Con sale. This is a whole bunch of rule sets formatted for Roll20, 40% off, including Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Cyberpunk, Alien, Traveler, Dragonbane, Blades of the Dark, Shadowrun, Warhammer Fantasy, Blade Runner again, and over 400 other titles that have been converted to run on the excellent Roll20 VTT. Yeah, perhaps you should invest less energy in converting RPGs to Roll20 and instead invest that energy in getting Roll20 to actually work. I don't know, just a thing. As always, when dealing with downloads, especially downloads that you're going to then turn around and install in a different thingy, please take a moment to check these for viruses. I need caffeine. Check these for viruses and stuff like that. Catalyst Games has got the Shadowrun September savings, which ends tomorrow. It's a whole bunch of Shadowrun stuff marked down. 40% off. Doesn't say what's in it. Just says a bunch of Shadowrun stuff is marked down. Sales end tomorrow. We've got 130 new third-party source books for that most controversial of all Dungeons and Dragons source books. And I'm not talking about Oriental Adventures. No, I'm talking about Strixhaven. 40% off anything that has been made for Strixhaven that's available on Dungeon Masters Guild. That ends tomorrow. Why are you telling me today about sales that ends tomorrow? Why don't you post these on Fridays, guys? Brandon Sanderson's Cosme role-playing game has got some bundles out already. We've got the PDF version and the Nexus Access for digital character management. We've got the Stormlight scenarios for $11, Speak the Words for $14, and Advanced Adversaries for $11. So if you are one of the individuals who purchased a copy of Cosme and you want to get some addition to it to really get the feel of the Brandon Sanderson role-playing world, here's some extra stuff that people have made for it. Moving on to charities, if that's your thing. We've got the Roll20 Charity Con bundle from Drive-Thru. This includes Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Legends of the Mist, Mask: A New Generation, Icons Annual 1, Mutant City Blues 2nd Edition, which we'll be looking at later today, Fate of Cthulhu, Trinity Continuum, which you've already looked at and looked like crap, and the Valiant Universe Handbook, the 2019 edition. $25 for all these PDFs goes to the charity Outright International. You can tell my brain's not working yet. So that's this thing here. If you have 3D printer and we're looking for some 3D things, we've got the Pride on Parade Ducks STL files for ducks, the famous rubber ducks, but done as STL files that you can then paint with colors. It's $4. Goes to support LGBTQT charities. As much as I'm all for LGBTQT charities, there's nothing specifically Pride about these STL files. It's literally just a rubber duck. You can choose to paint it Pride colors or not. This is really kind of, other than the fact the money is going to a Pride associated charity, it's a rubber duck. I mean, I love rubber ducks, but who doesn't? All right, we've got the Dungeon Master Tabletop Essentials 3D printable scenery and accessories bundle. Jesus, say that 5 times fast. We've got a whole bunch of bundles of thingies for whatever, It's got traps, fields, dice holders, bricks, spell slots, monsters, people, thingies, 96 in total for $25. Goes to support No Kid Hungry, a charity that helps people get food to their kids. It is an STL file, so I would recommend, once again, before you download this and install it in your 3D printer, to check the files for viruses, malware, phishing things, and whatever else. Are you curious about the Warhammer RPG role universe? We've got a Warhammer bundle from our friends over at Crucible 7. This includes both Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k titles. So it looks like we've got about 29 different Warhammer and Warhammer Space associated things. Good morning to the two individuals that are watching me. So if you've ever been curious about the universe of Warhammer, $25 gets you a whole bunch of PDFs, and this goes to support children's hospitals. We've got the Goodman Games X-Crawl Extreme Dungeon Crawl Super Bundle. $40 gets you everything in the bundle, plus some actual physical things mailed to you. We've got the X-Crawl Classics Adventure Pack. It'll be mailed to you for $40. If you're not interested in that, $30 gets you everything that has been made for the X-Crawl role-playing game. This claims there are 44 different things that have been made for the role-playing game of X-Crawl. That's kind of weird that there's 44. It's just such an obscure game. It's like the X-Crawl is like one of those tabletop role-playing game urban myths. It's like the Flying Dutchman of our hobby. People like kind of know about it. It comes up in conversations, but nobody really knows the name. It's just sort of like, oh, hey, you ever heard about that game where, it's D&D, but it's a game show and the entire planet or that? And it's like, well, it actually does exist. This is it. And I guess Goodman Games have got their hands on it now, and they're doing a huge bundle. $30 gets you everything that was ever made for the X-Crawl role-playing game, and it goes to support It Gets Better and other user-defined charities. Frog God Games has got their Sword and Wizardry RPG bundle over on the Humble Bumble. This is a whole bunch of titles that have been released from our friends over at Frog God Necromancer, one of my favorite settings. For $38, you get everything in the bundle, plus a physical copy of Razor Coast, Heart of the Razor. If you don't want that, $18 pretty much gets you everything that's been made for that setting. 19 titles for the Frog God Games, Necromancer Games campaign setting of the Lost Lands, which is one of my favorite settings and has two of my favorite adventures in it. And plus, I just love the name, The Slumbering Czar. And that's it for this week. If any of these bundles sound interesting to you, of course, you could hop, skip, and jump your way over to enworld and use the link. You could use my link, which is down below, and not only would you get the bundles, but you'd get a little more of the doors. Says good morning to you from Berlin, Germany. Here it's evening. Hi, Moore. How you doing? High priest of the Temple of the Doors in my Shadowdark game. Yeah. Anyways. As I said, all of the links that I mentioned before are available on enworld, or you could use my link down below, which would help me out because I get a small percentage of everything that you purchase from DriveThru if you use my link. Of course, most of these are freebies, but still, anyways, till next time, I'm the OGGM. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great Monday, and I'll talk to you all later. See ya.
Monsters lurking in the night, heroes ready for the fight. Dice are clattering